Hey everyone, Kieran King here. Very happy to be presenting this brand new series I've worked on with SimplyPayMe for the benefit of their community of entrepreneurs and small business owners. I'm going to talk a little bit about SimplyPayMe at the end, but for now, let's get stuck straight into the content. So congratulations, you've just set up your limited company. You can now get on with your life, work hard, collect money into it, and pay yourself a salary or a dividend from its profits. Well, yes, partner, I love your enthusiasm, but there are a few responsibilities that come along with being the owner or director of a limited company, and I'm going to go through 5 practical ones here. I'm also going to draw now a timeline at the bottom, and then I'm going to write what should happen at each time. So let's say we'll start at January 2021, okay, January 2022, January 2023, and then lastly January 2024. So this is going to become clearer as we go along, but let's say you set up your company on January the 1st, 2021. Right, responsibility numero uno, and I'm going to call this, I'm going to put it up here, bookkeeping. Okay, mind my poor writing, everyone. Bookkeeping. Okay, so what is bookkeeping? Very simply, it is keeping track of what goes in and out of the business, at what time or when, by who and why. All right, so I'm going to put what, when, who, and why here. Right, now I've done this both online with accounting software, I've done it with an Excel spreadsheet, whatever works for you. My advice is keep on top of things. You know, it only becomes painful when you are lazy. Don't do it for 12 months and have to do everything all in one go, racing against the clock to submit your tax returns. Don't be that guy or girl. And this needs to be done constantly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bookkeeping's in blue. All right, I'm going to draw a line all the way across the timeline to represent that this needs to be done on a constant basis. Okay, from the moment you set up your company here to whenever, indefinitely. Your next responsibility is filing your confirmation statement. Okay, so simply put, this is a duty that you need to do every year at least once, and it tells the government basic information about the company. File confirmation statement. Put it in a red box here. All right, so it tells the government information about the company, like who the directors are, where the registered office is, PSCs, and you also need to pay 13 quid, all right, 13 pounds for this, to do this each year. If you don't do this on time, you could potentially face having your business or company struck off the register, but also you get an ugly red warning on your company's house company page that makes it look like you don't know what you're doing for anyone that is looking at your company on there. Yuck, no one wants that. So how do you do this? You basically go onto a dated looking website called Company's House Web Filing, you log in with an email and password, and then enter your company number you're dealing with, along with an authentication code that you receive through the post. Okay, so when does this have to be done? This has to be done every year annually. So if you start your business January 2021, okay, it needs to be done here, and it needs to be done here, and it needs to be done here, all right, at 22, 23, and 24. Okay, red circle indicates confirmation statement. Responsibility number 3 is filing your company accounts. All right, filing your company accounts. Right, so what is this? Okay, so this is basically telling Company's House what your profit and loss and what your balance sheet is, all right, and balance sheet every single year, every financial year, should I say. This needs to be done within 12 months after you first registered with Company's House, and then 9 months after your company's financial year ends every year after that. So if I set up my company in January 2021 and the financial year is from January 2021 to January 2022, your first company accounts needs to be filed here, September 2022. Thereafter, it is filed 9 months after your financial year ends. Okay, so the next one would be September 2023, and so on. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to put a link below in the description to filing your company accounts as well for your reference. Okay, responsibility number 4 is your company tax return. I'll do this in green. Company tax return. Right. Oh, missed out an N there. Your company tax return. Okay, so from the company accounts that you have created, that you've done, you should now have all the information required to complete a tax return. And this is done with HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, or in other words, the taxman. You simply log in to the government websites, link below again, and follow the steps. This is done every year, and the deadline for this is 12 months after the end of your accounting period for corporation tax, which is usually the same as your financial year or financial period. And this will tell you how much tax you have to pay. So if our financial period was Jan 2021 to January 2022, 12 months after that, so here, I'll do it as a star, you file your company tax return, okay? And then 12 months after that, and so on. I hope that makes sense. And now you can, and it's probably best to file your company accounts and your company tax return at the same time. And when you go through the website to do this, it will ask you if you want to do this, and it just makes it easier if you do that at the same time. And this leads us nicely onto the last duty I'm going to talk about in this video, which is actually paying corporation tax. So I'm going to do it in purple here, paying corporation tax. Right, so this is the actual act of paying Her Majesty what the company owes, and not just telling her what the company owes. Okay, the company tax return tells them, and then you actually have to pay it. All right, and this can be done in a number of ways. And again, a link below. Follow the steps to do this. Now, the deadline for this is 9 months and 1 day after your accounting period for corporation tax ends. Okay, so let's say your accounting period again is January 2021 to January 2022. Paying corporation tax, I'll do it as a square, all right, would be September 2022, and again September 2023 for the accounting period from 2022 to 2023, and so on. So from this, you may have realized that filing a company tax return actually has a longer deadline than actually paying your corporation tax, which kind of doesn't make sense, but hey, that's what it is. Now, as you can see, there are lots of different due dates and deadlines for each of these different things that you need to do. All right. What I do very simply is I file my company tax return and my company accounts at the same time, in good time, before the deadline, and straight after pay corporation tax for that financial year. That way, everything's coming together nicely and it's all falling at the same time, and I don't have to worry about anything. Anyways, those are 5 basic duties that you need to do as a director or an owner of a limited company. However, there are other duties as well. For example, if you're VAT registered, you obviously have to do that. If you pay yourself or employees out of it, you need to do PAYE, account for national insurance, and all that jazz. But these 5 practical ones mentioned above are just to kick you off and are some of the most fundamental. I would also create a similar timeline for your own business that lets you know in good time what needs to be done and when. This works for me as I'm a visual person, so I literally have a timeline in my notebook of the dates I need to adhere to. But you know, do what works for you. Set alarms in your diary, put stickers up on your wall, whatever floats your boat. That's me for today. Thank you very much for listening. If you enjoyed the content, please do subscribe to my channel, and also a massive thank you to SimplyPayMe app, who have worked with me on this content for their growing customer base of sole traders, company owners, and entrepreneurs. SimplyPayMe, what it does, it's an app. It enables seamless payments, invoicing, and simple business management solutions, basically all through your smartphone. Go check them out. I use them myself. It's a very cool little tool indeed for any small business owner out there. Anyways, take care everyone, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.